clip on it.
Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the South Hills, also known as Sunnyhill, and we are so grateful to have a sunny hill behind us on this beautiful fall Sunday. I'm so delighted that you could all be here with us on this for this service. Our mission here at Sunnyhill is to create a more just and compassionate community within and beyond our walls. My name is Mary Jo Hennessy, and I serve as a worship associate for this congregation. If you are a newcomer or a visitor to our congregation, please go to sunnyhill.org and click on the button that says New to Sunnyhill to receive more information about our congregation and to receive our weekly email newsletter called The Beat, which arrives in your inbox every Wednesday, and where you will find there all the events and information about other outside events outside of our walls that may be of interest. You only get this once a week. It will not inundate your email, so please read it. And as a newcomer, if you would like to be greeted, please pick up a nice bright red mug at Coffee and Conversation. And in a calm and restrained manner, current members will graciously welcome you. A general reminder, it is time now, if you're here in the sanctuary, to disconnect from those electronic devices. And if you are joining us online today, please say hello or good morning in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. We would love to hear from you. Today's service is entitled A Prayer of Thanksgiving. The great Christian mystic Meister Eckhart famously said, "If the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is, 'Thank you,' it will be enough." Of the various kinds of prayers, prayers of thanksgiving might be the most powerful. How do we practice giving thanks even in challenging times? Our opening words were written by Laura Horton Ludwig. The wheel of the year has turned again. Once more, the Thanksgiving season has arrived. How shall we sing our song of gratitude now? For what shall we give thanks? For this moment, for friends near and far, for our breath, for love, for courage and clarity, for strength, for delight, for laughter, for beauty, for the tables round which we gather, for the food we enjoy with friends seasoned with love and memory, for the sun and the moon and the stars in the sky, for the trees who have seen so much and still stand proud, stretching themselves to the sky, for the bright voices of children, for the wisdom of elders, for actions that bless the world, for hard work that makes a difference, for music and art and celebration, for generosity, for endurance, for joy, for hope. For all these things, we give thanks as we worship together. If you will please join me in saying the words to light our chalice. We kindle our chalice as a symbol of the illuminating light of gratitude, the encouraging spark of hope, and the comforting warmth of this community.
Good morning. Please rise as you may in body and or spirit and join in singing We Give Thanks. We'll do this in call and response style. So I will issue the call and sing a phrase, and then you sing that phrase back. John's got it. I hope everybody does. Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks
For this precious day.
for this precious day.
For all gathered here.
For all gathered here.
And those far away.
And those far away.
For this time we share.
For this time we share.
With love and care.
With love and care.
Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks
For this precious day.
for this precious day.
Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks
For this precious day.
for this precious day.
For all gathered
For
here.
all gathered here.
And those far away.
And those far away.
For this life we share.
For this life we share.
With love and care.
With love and care.
Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks
For this precious day.
for this
One more
precious
time.
day.
Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks
For this precious day.
for this precious day.
For all gathered here.
For all gathered here.
And those far away.
And those far away.
For this time we share.
For this time we share.
With love and care.
With love and care.
Oh, we give thanks.
Oh, we give thanks
For this precious day.
for this precious day.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning, friends. For today's story, all of our kiddos are going to stay in their seats. And when it's time to go to RE, we have lots of new friends joining us. So we're just going to meet right in the hallway, right outside those main doors. And then we will figure out where everyone needs to go so everyone ends up in the right place. All right, so today's story is called The Secret of Saying Thanks, and it was written by Douglas Wood. The world is full of secrets. Gentle, shy things that some people know and some don't. The best secrets are the ones that make us happy. And the best thing about any secret is sharing it with someone else who wants to know. Perhaps you'd like to know a secret. one of the happiest ones of all. You will surely find it for yourself one day. You'll discover it all on your own, maybe when you least expect it. You might discover the secret at dawn, a morning like all other mornings. The sun climbs over the edge of the earth and begins to fill the world with light and warmth. It touches your cheek with a golden ray, and you say softly, simply, thanks. Thank you, sun, for the gift of a new day, for all its choices and challenges, for all the beauty that it brings. Or sometimes, perhaps you'll notice a flower, as if for the very first time, and thank it and all of its bright siblings for the grace of their blossoms and the sweetness of their breath, for coloring your path and reminding you how easy it can be to smile. You might discover the secret when you find yourself under an old tree and grateful for cool shade on a hot day. Stay a while beneath its limbs, remembering there are good and gentle gifts of all trees over all the earth, forests to explore, leaves to sing in the breeze, and roots to hold the earth in place, and simple lessons in how to grow. One long day you may stop to rest upon a rock, a silent stone that's been waiting age upon age for someone to come along and just say, thank you. Thank you, all stones and rocks and pebbles and hills and mountains. Thanks for your silence and patience, for standing still and not changing in a world so full of noise and speed and change. You may find the secret when you hear a bird sing and feel grateful for the gentle music of the skies, for a flash of wing and brightness of feathers, for the good company of graceful creatures who dance upon the wind. And perhaps you'll remember to thank all creatures who swim or crawl or creep or burrow or climb or run, creatures with fur or feathers, horns or hooves, or scales or shells. They remind us of the mystery and beauty of all life, and they save us from such a great loneliness here on our small blue planet, sailing among the stars. And those stars themselves, tiny twinkling beams from far, far away, further than you could even dream, that give just enough light for dreaming or wishing upon. Don't forget to thank them. The soft, shining moon, the night sun that helps us find our way in the dark. Beneath the moon, the earth's waters are spread with silver, lakes and rivers, ponds and puddles and streams and oceans. It is the waters that make the magic of life possible. Perhaps one day, taking a cool drink or paddling a canoe or swimming or splashing in the sun, you'll remember to say thanks. Thank you, waters, for sweet drinks, for cool swims and reflecting sunsets, and for the gifts of life itself. Maybe you'll first find the secret in your own home, sitting around a table with people you love, giving thanks for good food and the good earth that gave it, for the many hands that prepared it, and for family to share it. Perhaps one day you'll feel the secret when someone is holding your hand or kissing away tears, or hugging you close, or reading you a story, or tucking you into bed at night and reminding you to say your prayers. Or it might be in your bedtime prayer itself, as you say thanks for the sun and moon and stars and rocks and trees and flowers and waters and birds and animals and those who love you and the love you feel for them. For here's the secret, if you've not already guessed it. The heart that gives thanks is a happy one. For we cannot feel thankful and unhappy at the same time. The more we say thanks, the more we find to be thankful for. And the more we find to be thankful for, the happier we become. We don't give thanks because we're happy. We are happy because we give thanks. And with that, we will sing our children out.
Transgender Day of Remembrance, which takes place tomorrow, November 20th, was started in 1999 by Gwendolyn Ann Smith as a vigil to honor the memory of Rita Hester, a transgender woman who was killed in 1998. The vigil commemorated all transgender people lost to violence since Rita Hester's death and began an important tradition that has become the annual Transgender Day of Remembrance. On this Transgender Day of Remembrance, we remember those who have been murdered simply for being who they are, those who face violence on a daily basis, those who have lost loved ones, and those who worry for loved ones. May we come to a time when we cease to shame one another around gender roles and gender expression, where we allow for freedom and exploration of identity and expression, and to a world that operates from love, especially when things are difficult and confusing. May all of us who live with the threat of violence find support, strength, community, hope, and safety from violence. The song the choir is about to sing, More Waters Rising, was written by Sarah Lynch Thomason, a singer and song leader from Asheville, North Carolina. She wrote this song in March 2016 as a response to the passing of North Carolina House Bill 2, the so-called bathroom bill, which required public school students to use bathrooms and locker rooms based on the gender they were assigned at birth. As Alex Capitan mentioned at last week's UU Pittsburgh General Assembly, which we hosted here at Sunnyhill, North Carolina's bill was part of the first wave of anti-trans state legislation, and legislative attacks have continued, especially now targeting health care for trans youth. Sarah writes, "For me, this song is about seeing what's coming on the horizon, harder times that are inevitable and unavoidable. But the answer to the fear of what's coming is resiliency and claiming a strength within ourselves that has been there all along."
Good morning. My name is Jean Ferlin. I'm a member of the pastoral care team. Sunnyhill's mission is to build a just and compassionate community within and beyond our walls, and is based on the first UU principle to affirm the inherent worth and dignity of every person. The pastoral care team's mission is to provide a ministry of hope and caring so that no member of our congregation needs be alone. Our covenant to the congregation is to support those going through a life crisis, maintain contact with those unable to attend church due to illness or disability, support friends and family involved in caregiving, comfort the bereaved, and comfort and support each other. The team is made up of individuals who have received training in how to be a caring, listening presence for members of the congregation who are in need of this ministry. Team members do not function as therapists or social workers, but rather as individuals who are willing to sit and walk with those who need comfort and support. We hope that you will contact a member of the pastoral care team when you have a need that we can help you with. If you have any questions, please contact Reverend Jim or a member of the team. You can submit a joy or sorrow on Sunnyhill's website or by filling out a form in the foyer. Today's joys and sorrows will now be shared. After each one that I read, please respond by saying, "We hold you in our hearts." We have one joy today, and that is from Kathy Mayetta. Her joy is, after being hospitalized 2 weeks and in a therapy setting 2 weeks, I am going home. She said perhaps Saturday, so she may be home already. To Kathy Mayetta and her family, we hold you in our hearts. As we listen to our musical meditation, we invite anyone who feels moved to do so to come forward, light a candle, place it in the sand, and return to your seat.
Please join me in the spirit of meditation or prayer. How we long for peace. In the midst of ceaseless activity, we long for peace. In the midst of personal crises and upheavals, we long for peace. In the midst of squabbles and conflicts with others, we long for peace. In the midst of physical and emotional violence, we long for peace. In the midst of terror and fear, we long for peace. How we long for peace. In the silence of this moment, let peace descend upon us like a dove, like a blanket, like the hand of a friend. And in stillness, let us together create space for peace. May there be peace within our hearts. May there be peace within our families. May there be peace within and among our communities. May there be peace within and among our nations. May we have the strength to work for justice, and may compassion and peace radiate outward from where we are to all the world. Amen. Thanksgiving can be something of a challenging holiday to address from the pulpit for a variety of reasons. First of all, there's the fact that the version of the first Thanksgiving in 1621 that many of us were taught, with the warm and fuzzy moments between the friendly pilgrims and the welcoming Indians, was in fact something of a whitewashed fiction. As Grace Donnelly wrote in a Fortune magazine article recently, the celebration in 1621 did not mark a friendly turning point and did not become an annual event right away. Relations between the Wampanoag and the settlers deteriorated, leading to the Pequot War. In 1637, in retaliation for the murder of a man the settlers believed the Wampanoags killed, they burned a nearby village, killing as many as 500 men, women, and children. Following the massacre, William Bradford, the governor of Plymouth, wrote that for the next 100 years, every Thanksgiving ordained by a governor was in honor of the bloody victory, thanking God that the battle had been won. So just 16 years after the Wampanoag shared that meal, they were massacred. Thanksgiving, as it was originally conceived in the Plymouth colony, was not a celebration of cross-cultural cooperation, but rather a celebration of killing Indians. And if that's not enough of a challenge, enough of a reason to have, at the very least, some mixed feelings about the holiday, there's also the fact that many of us hold on to problematic personal myths about our own family's celebrations of Thanksgiving. We sometimes see the family Thanksgivings of our childhood through lenses that have been distorted by time and experience, such that what we remember, or what we think we remember, may not be a very true picture of what actually happened. While we yearn for happy holiday celebrations with family and friends, free of any tension or strife, the reality is that such celebrations rarely, if ever, occurred in the past and are just as unlikely to occur in the present. While some are more challenging than others, I do not know of any family holiday gathering that is completely blissful and without stress. And holding on to the myth that these get-togethers should be that way is in a way terribly unfair to ourselves and to others. It sets us up for disappointment time and again. And these days, as political tensions have risen to the point of boiling over, there is even more potential for train wrecks than ever before. It's actually difficult to think of anything to talk about with certain relatives that doesn't have the potential for a knockdown, drag-out fight of some kind. It's sad and it shouldn't be that way, but it is our reality for now. So given these realities, the dangerous myth of friendly relations between white settlers and indigenous peoples, and the fact that family celebrations can be so fraught and problematic, can we be truly thankful? And does it even make sense to try? Another question I might throw in there is, why is Jim trying to ruin Thanksgiving for all of us? I promise you that I am not trying to ruin Thanksgiving for everyone. In fact, I believe that given the realities that I have just described, it is even more important to practice gratitude and to fully embrace the act of giving thanks, not just in rote or shallow ways, but in ways that enhance and sustain our lives. In other words, I believe that it is possible to hold in tension these two things, the problematic realities surrounding Thanksgiving and the importance of practicing being thankful. Moreover, I believe that people who are thankful, who practice gratitude each day, are much more likely to be successful in creating and sustaining more just and compassionate families and communities. But where do you start with gratitude when there are so many things not to be grateful for? Being grateful, I think, starts with noticing small things. Things that might almost always escape our attention if we do not actively work to notice them. Poets are always pointing out such things. I don't know if any of you have had the experience, as I have from time to time, of dusting or cleaning at home and noticing the particles of dust as they are illuminated by the sunlight coming through the window, and finding yourself fascinated by these tiny, almost microscopic things floating through the air. Most of you probably keep your home so clean that never happens. It does for me, and it's both worrying and it is beautiful. This experience is the subject of a poem titled Dusting by Marilyn Nelson. Thank you for these tiny particles of ocean salt, pearl necklace viruses, winged protozoans, for the infinite, intricate shapes of sub-microscopic living things, for algae spores and fungus spores bonded by vital mutual genetic cooperation, spreading their inseparable lives from equator to pole. My hand, my arm make sweeping circles. Dust climbs the ladder of light for this infernal, endless chore, for these eternal seeds of rain. Thank you for dust. We tend to sleepwalk through our lives much of the time, absolutely oblivious to the tiny miracles that are all around us, not just particles of dust, but so many sights, sounds, tastes, smells, sensations like the sun or wind on our faces, the comfort of warm clothes just out of the dryer, the pleasure and snugness of a comfortable bed. Sometimes you have to start practicing being grateful for small things like these before you might sometime work your way up to being grateful for problematic relatives and others. And maybe it's not ever possible. Maybe it's not ever possible to be entirely grateful for such people, but you can, I think, bestow some kind of blessing on them. Having lived in the South for about half of my life, I always thought that the phrase, well, bless their hearts, was just a Southern thing. But this poem, Bless Their Hearts by Richard Nelson, suggests that it might be a larger phenomenon. It reads as follows. At Steak and Shake, I learned that if you add bless their hearts after their names, you can say whatever you want about them, and it's okay. My son, bless his heart, is ridiculous, she said. He rents storage space for his kids' toys, and they're only 1 and 3 years old. I said, my father, bless his heart, has turned into a sentimental fool. He gets weepy when he hears my daughter's greeting on our voicemail. Before our steak burgers came, someone else had blessed her office mate's heart. Then, as an afterthought, the jealous hearts of the entire anthropology department. We bestowed blessings on many a heart that day. I even blessed my ex-wife's heart. Our waiter, bless his heart, would not be getting much of a tip, for which no doubt he'd bless our hearts. In a week, it would be Thanksgiving, and we would sit each with our respective families, counting our blessings and blessing the hearts of family members as only family does best. Oh, bless us all, yes, bless us, please, bless us, and bless our crummy little hearts. Sometimes I think this kind of blessing might be the best we can do. When we're able to get a little distance and perspective about problematic people and relationships, when we're able to find humor in what might otherwise be a grim situation, then maybe what starts as a facetious blessing might be transformed into a true blessing, a way forward, a way of dealing with the dysfunctionality in a functional way. But again, it's best to start with noticing the small things, the things that give us pleasure, but which are often overlooked or ignored. The parts of a meal that might be small but still critically important, which is the theme of a poem by Lynn Powell titled Acceptance Speech, which juxtaposes the preparation of a homemade soup with the speeches often heard during various televised award shows. Powell writes, "The radio's replaying last night's winners and the gratitude of the glamorous, everyone thanking everybody for making everything so possible, until I went to shush the faucet, dry my hands, join in right here at the cluttered podium of the sink, and thank my mother for teaching me the true meaning of okra, my children for putting the growl in hunger, my husband, primo uomo of dinner, for not begrudging me this starring role. Without all of them, I know this soup would not be here tonight. And let me just add that I could not have made it without the tomatoes who opened up their hearts and the self-effacing limas, the blonde sorority of corn, the cayenne and oregano who dashed in the nick of time. Special thanks, as always, to the salt. You know who you are. And to the knife who revealed the ripe beneath the rind, the clean truth beneath the dirty peel. I hope I've not forgotten anyone. Oh yes, to the celery and the parsnip, those bit players only there to swell the scene. Let me just say, sometimes I know exactly how you feel. But not tonight, not when it's all coming to something and the heat is on and I'm basking in another round of blue applause. It's possible, I am suggesting, to find ways to be thankful, truly and deeply thankful, even in difficult times and circumstances, even while acknowledging the problematic origins of the holiday, if we are willing and able to notice and appreciate those small things, those bit players, and the hands and hearts, including our own, that lovingly prepare the meals, the tidied house, the beautiful table, the cozy bed. I do want to note that for people who are dealing with family trauma, not just discomfort or annoyance, but actual trauma, a happy, serene family tableau simply may not be possible. And that's okay too. As we approach a potentially problematic holiday season, remember two important B's: boundaries and breathing. Set and maintain healthy boundaries and remember to breathe. Sometimes you have to find other people and other things to be grateful for and create your own celebrations from scratch, your own chosen family with whom to celebrate. Also, I'm very much aware that some of you this year may be going through your first holiday season after the death of a loved one, a parent, a spouse, a sibling, a dear friend, and you may not want to celebrate at all. And that's okay too. Take it slow, do what you can, do what you need to do to take care of yourself, and again, set healthy boundaries about how and with whom you will celebrate. And remember to breathe. For everyone this holiday season, I do hope you find little moments of inner peace, moments of calm, moments of true thanksgiving. In one of his essays, author and UU minister Robert Fulghum writes and reflects about an appreciation and gratitude for leftovers, especially Thanksgiving leftovers. He says, let's face it, Thanksgiving is often a strain. You have to dress up and behave, and there's all that ritual fuss and bother with too many people and too much food. Exhausting. But 2 nights later is a different story. There's good news in the fridge by then. Solid gold leftovers. The pecan pie has ripened and congealed now, so you can pick up a big piece with your hand. The cranberry sauce has matured, and the dressing has transmogrified into something that would give Ruffles and caviar a run for their money. This is the way dressing ought to taste. A true prayer of thanksgiving is in order. This is not a group activity. It is a private, religious experience. In the holy solitude of the midnight hour, you are taking communion with the spirits of bird and fruit and field. Fulghum goes on, I'm not often aware that I am happy, but I often remember that I have been happy, especially when I sit in my kitchen, wrapped in an invisible patchwork quilt made from the best moments of yesterdays. These precious things, these leftovers from living on, remain to serve as survival rations for the heart and soul. You can't entirely live off them, but life is not worth living without them. I hope and pray that each of us might find a way to hold in tension the problematic aspects of the holiday with the life-sustaining practice of giving thanks, and that in so doing we might be strengthened and sustained to do the work of love and justice wherever we are, in whatever way we can. May it be so. Amen.
Rise again, and bow to your spirit to sing our closing hymn, Blue Boat Home.
Standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known, the wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry seas, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known, the wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Thank you. Please be seated.
It is time for our morning offering. We don't have a designated offering this morning, so our collection will benefit Sunnyhill and will help defray our operating expenses. If you would like to make a gift via our online giving system, you can do so by going to sunnyhill.org and click on the button that says Online Giving and then follow the instructions. Or you can give by text at 412-324-3130. And for those of you here with us in person, we will be passing our offering baskets in just a moment. And as always, thank you for your generosity. extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Our closing words were written by Cheryl Block. As we go forward into this frightening, exhilarating, confusing, miraculous world, may we offer our comfort to the afflicted, our love to those who are lonely, and our wish for all to be safe. Go in peace.